It's Trend Wave time, and Lizzie's here. Lizzie, did you get a keg of fuel?
I wasn't at that party, unfortunately.
Okay.
I wish I was.
It's okay. You can exonerate yourself. What's trending, Lizzie?
All right, so loads of things are trending. But this time around, as in the light of Women's Day, as many women highlight some of the challenges that women face in their day-to-day activities in light of the Women's Day, which was just celebrated 2 days ago on Tuesday, the 8th of March. Now, Nigerian music DJ, disc jockey, Florence Ifelua Otedola, popularly known as DJ Copy, has stated that in trying to navigate and thrive in a male-dominated industry, women have to work twice as hard to get half as much done. Copy took to her Instagram story to share this emotional note where she highlighted some challenges she has had to face in the male-dominated industry. And here are some of the things she highlighted in this quote. She says that, you need to be strong and zealous and be prepared to work twice harder than your male counterpart to get half as much work done. She also noted that compared to her male colleagues, she was still very much underpaid and undervalued. And she highlighted the fact that she's also told that a particular aesthetic is needed to thrive, which she fights up until this day. Now, this advice she gave to aspiring female DJs is for them to be at peace with themselves and know that they are good enough. And she also added that working for validation will only lead to difficulties on the job. She ended with a note, which you can see on that post. It says, do what you love, understand your environment, and build on your strength. And I think this goes for everybody in any field. And this is what is making our trend with this beautiful morning. The reactions have been extremely interesting. Let's check out some of these reactions before I get back to you, Joe and Oluchi. Now, that one is from Engrabas. Engrabas says, here, is your pay gender determined or value determined? Now, he's asking Copy a question, which I believe Copy is best in the position to answer. Now, that one says, you sabi the work. If yes, you will get well paid. You get well-paid gigs. South African as female DJs earning more than their male counterpart because those female DJs are damn good. And when I say don't make everything gender-related, men lose their jobs every day because people will rather hire a female than a male. But you don't see men coming to cry every day about gender mistreatment. Madam, hone your skills and be very good at it, and people will pay you well. That's how Vanya feels about this. And we had more reactions. Chidubem says, what are you using money to do again, Copy? You should be collecting handshakes as a form of payment. Wow, Chidubem. Now, that one is from Clinton. Clinton says, Nigerian men have been carrying their women along. Stop complaining or find an area of specialty to dominate. Now, that's how people are reacting to that. So, of course, you can see that people think that, well, it's not necessarily because of her gender that she's earning that whatever she's earning and being undervalued. It's probably because she doesn't have as much skills as she thinks she has. Now, that's how people feel about this. This is not for me. It's from it's how people are reacting to this. Well, so that's that for Copy, Oluchi, and Joe. I want to go straight to my second trend before I come back to both of you. Now, making our second trend wave today is this particular tweet that sparked quite a big conversation on the social media space. Now, the tweet which was posted by a user simply identified as Obiageri Aku read thoughts. She says, you do realize Omugwo is unpaid labor unexpected of a woman. She's your mother, yes, but do you know the impact it has on her psyche? Again, you people are users. Now, that's the post by Obiageri, which says that this is Omugwo, which is a term that is an Igbo term for the traditional custom of postpartum care, where a woman's mother or mother-in-law comes to care for a new mother, for the new mother and the baby, taking on most of the household chores while caring for both the mom and baby. And this is widely practiced in Nigeria as a tradition passed on from generation to generation. But the conversation being put out there is by Obiageri is that this is unpaid labor and could in fact affect the mother psychologically. This has led to a lengthy conversation on social media. But let's check out this reaction before I come back to you, Joe and Oluchi. Now, that's a reaction from Ada. Ada says, the original Omugwo tradition is that when grandma has finished and is going back, she should be showered with gifts. That's money, foodstuff, jewelry, wrappers, and all that. That's a tradition. I don't know if these new age men do the same, but they are users indeed. That question is for you, Joe. And we had more reactions on that one. Xerxes says, to the women disagreeing, do you have a job? If yes, I hope you're the CEO and with a lot of staff. you can assign your job to? If those two questions are no, then 1, would you tell your boss that you have to skip work for 1 to 3 months to go to be with your daughter that just gave birth? That's Xerxes' own addition to this. And then we had so much more reactions. That woman right there is a grandma. And she says only women who have gone for Omugwo ought to put mouth. Children who have benefited, please just watch the comment. The truth is, as a mother who has done a couple of Omugwos, who loves the children and is over the moon with her grandchildren, number 1, mothers on Omugwo are not slaves. I tell people that it's as one ages that they even need money. Now that's a grandma speaking. And she says that in Nigeria, she goes for Omugwo with at least 1 house help and she arranges for 1 to be with the new mother if they had no maid previously. I also go with my driver. Now that's a luxury. I said, so when I need to get away to catch fresh air, I have my driver, of course, who will take me. Sadly, many people don't have the means to go aboard with such team of support staff. Please, when your mothers come, don't leave all the entire housework to them, cleaning, cooking, and all that. So that's what Nigerian Mortgages has to say about that. And we had more reactions now. Oga Ugo says there are moral obligations that don't need monetization in form of reward or remuneration. It's a voluntary service born of natural love of grandmother to a grandchild. Not all mothers live or have the opportunity of holding their grandchildren. Such natural privileges of having a grandchild is unquantifiable and blah, blah, blah. So much to say. There's so many reactions on that one. And Baroness says family is unpaid labor, friendship is unpaid labor. Heck, humanity is unpaid labor. Whoa, I love how that one ended. But I want to come back to you, Joe and Oluchi, because if we keep taking these reactions, it will go on and on.
I like that guy. It's unpaid labor now.
It's unpaid labor. Joe, Oluchi, Joe, did you pay your own mother or mother-in-law for this job, this beautiful job?
I showered my mother-in-laws with my mother-in-law with love, my mom with love, you know. Love up until today. I don't care what Oluchi says.
Oluchi, I can see you putting your glasses up. Oluchi, do you think indeed that this affects the psyche of a mom and it should be something that people consider paying for?
So really, just as Obiageli came out to say, or one of the people came out to say, talking about appreciating them when they leave by giving them gifts, giving them cash reward, packing a lot of things to give to them. In fact, a lot of those mothers look forward to the end because they know they are not going back empty. They shouldn't go back empty. But in the case of Joe, it's love that he packs in the Ghana must go.
So love comes in different ways.
Let him pack Ghana must go of love.
Listen,
since it's only love that will chop.
Love comes in different ways. You can show appreciation.
I hear you.
I don't want people to start seeing Omugwo as a means to an end. That let me go and do Omugwo. After all, when I finish, I'll have money to pay my rent and so on.
Do you know, I like that question that person put out there. It says, if you have a job, would you ask for 3 months away from your job to go and do something like this? If not,
but let's also not forget that these grandmothers are already retired. They're already, a lot of them are quite within that retirement age. So most of them don't fall in that category. A few of them will fall in that category, but a good number of them do not fall in that category. So you see, that question is almost negligible. In my own case, my mother came to stay with me for one of my children. My mother-in-law came to stay with me for one of my children, and they were well compensated. Did you show them love?
Or you give them things?
Well compensated. They are very proud of that.
Do you know what's quite interesting about this? In Zimbabwe, this particular act is actually you go back to the house, you go home, you go to your mother or your mother-in-law, you go to meet them to take care of you. They don't come to meet you. But here in Nigeria,
in Zimbabwe, right?
Okay. Yes, in Zimbabwe, and it's called Masungiro in Shona language. That's what they do in Zimbabwe. And in Zambia, in fact, your mother-in-law is like a queen, so she doesn't do that. So it's only your mother that can do that. And you also have to go to meet her. They don't come to meet you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. If we start this conversation now, we will not stop. Show some love. That's all I can say. Show some love.
In Ghana must go.
Show some love. Thank you, Lizzie and Treadwave. Also watching Breakfast Central on News Central.